I think it shows that it is effective. I think that Dallas Jenkins was on to something when he on the onset of building the Chosen, that was a mindset of hiring who the best that you can possible, right? Not hiring simply based off of are you saved or you not saved, but hiring for the best person possible. And if everybody can respect everybody, then I think you can come to a common ground and you can get the job done, right? And then you open up the door for them to possibly get influenced by it too. So that's a good thing, right? That the Holy Spirit in them gets rubbed off on the other person, right? So what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Drew Mouzon Show. I'm so glad you guys are joining me. Today we got an exciting one. We're talking about The Chosen again. Only this time when we're talking about The Chosen, we're not talking about the founder and, the show having the pride flag on the set. We did a show about that already, right? But this time we are talking about the actor Nick Shakoour, I believe his name is. Forgive me if I'm butchering your last name. But he is one of the actors who plays Zebedee, which is James and John's father on The Chosen, right? And he has recently come to faith. And I saw it a couple days early in the week, and I thought, man, so in 1 week they come under fire. The Chosen comes under fire for hiring people that are not saved, and then the next week those same those same non-saved individuals end up getting saved. So isn't it a coincidence? I said a coincidence. So the article says a popular actor from The Chosen converts to Christianity. And then it says in the Bible-based hit series The Chosen, Nick Shakoour, who plays Zebedee, opens up about his faith journey, saying he had never met Jesus until he took the role and was influenced by Christian actors behind the scenes. Stop. He was influenced by Christian actors behind the scenes. So they had Christian actors mixed with non-Christian actors, and behind the scenes, those same Christian actors that are working with the non-Christian actors were able to influence this man enough to want to follow Jesus. Isn't that remarkable? Second thing, it says the actor said that the series has significantly impacted his life for the better. His character is the father of James and John, like I thought. Shakoour said that playing the father of James and John in the series caused a significant change in his life. Director Dallas Jenkins, that's the guy's name. Dallas Jenkins, a self-described evangelical, has been open about hiring Christians and non-Christians for the series cast and crew. Shakoour said he grew up in a Christian environment but never had a personal conversion. The Chosen set was influenced by behind-the-scenes believers and their friends, and by running in their circles and seeking out God through them. He went on saying it all accumulated to last September, where I was invited to a church conference where the next thing I knew, a bunch of people surrounded me and laid their hands over me and started praying. And I was able to experience what it's like to experience the Holy Spirit going from outside to in, and it set my body into flames. So that's dope. The experience, he said, was awe-inspiring, and he was never the same again from that day on. By the end of that, he felt like a new person. And a construction worker on the set of The Chosen prayed for the actor to convert to Christianity. While trying to hold back his tears, Shakoour said, I literally felt like I was given a brand new body. Brand new everything. But since that has happened, I do not have the sensation of hunger, and I do not get thirsty. So now I have to got to go out of my way to remind myself to drink water and eat. Shakoour later admitted that in the past he would eat 6 meals a day for his workouts. It was like God came and went, no, you don't need all those 6 meals. My mind is blown by what has happened. So the show has been a blessing, and I have loved acting in it, but it has definitely been the conduit that I cannot help but to talk about. Shakoour later learned that a construction worker on The Chosen prayed for the actor to convert to Christianity. Moreover, the construction worker said Bible verses were written on the walls before the sets were painted. As it turns out, the first home they wrote Bible verses in was that of Zebedee. Oh, wow. The construction worker told Shakoour that the whole construction crew got together and prayed for one of the actors to receive the Holy Spirit. They prayed the same actor would end up being the seed that would spread the gospel. Ever since that time, it has been one mind-blowing thing after the next with what has been happening in and outside the show, Shakoour explained. That's dope. There's a lot of things to hit on in that, right? One, the fact that there were believers commingling with the non-believers, right? like on the set and off the set, behind the scenes, right? And how the believers that were there were able to have an influence on the non-believer, right? And then it points to show when you're living your life and you're being a representation of Jesus on and off the field, on and off the court, in or off the job, you paint a picture for people who who would not have otherwise experienced Jesus. You influence them, right? One thing with me, it brings me back to thinking about, like, at my job, I read my Bible some days on my lunch break, right? I bring my Bible pretty much every day that I can remember to, and I sometimes go to my car and read my Bible on my break, right? And it's come accustomed when people see me, it's like, oh yeah, no, when where Drew be at? Drew be in his car reading his Bible. Had people say that. It's like, oh, Drew be in his car reading his Bible. Like, people notice that. Like, I read my Bible at my desk before, stuff like that. Like, by simply trying to live an authentic lifestyle, not trying to be nobody, not trying to be better, or go crazy. Like, just living my life, authentically living your life. You never know who's watching, right? And when you're authentically living your life and you're being a good representation, it can influence people you would have never thought you would influence, right? So right here is a common case of that, right? Nick Shakoour is hanging out with people on and off the set, and he's seeing how, man, they really believe in this Jesus, right? And he gets invited to church, and it influences him to then, become a believer, right? And then the fact that the construction worker was praying for him all along, right? And on what's dope too is it said they wrote scriptures on the walls of the sets before they were in them. And the first house that they wrote scriptures on was the house of Zebedee, right? So in the midst of this whole controversy of should Christians hire non-Christians, and and Dallas Jenkins getting his spot blown up for being very open about hiring every walk of life, etc. Here shows the good outcome of these people who genuinely believe in Jesus commingling with people who do not believe in Jesus, and it coming out to a positive outcome, to where somebody who grew up in a Christian environment but was never really converted has a conversion story while playing Zebedee, right? Another thing to point out, which is kind of weird to me, which I never understood, but I guess it's just acting, but I never understood why people who don't believe in Jesus would play Christian characters, and then secondly, why people who don't believe in the devil would play in these exorcism and these dark movies and stuff like that. I never understood, like, why would you choose to go play these roles and you're not and these are like spiritual type roles, right? Why would you go choose and play these roles and not be influenced by it at least a bit, right? So I never understood that. Like, I knew Shia LaBeouf. I think Shia LaBeouf recently came to Christ last year on, like, around playing on the set of playing a Catholic priest or whatever on some movie set. He started to come to Christ, right? So I never understood why non-Christian actors are playing Christian roles, but I guess that's just the role of an actor. You're playing a role, so it doesn't really matter. I guess it doesn't really matter what the origin is. If you believe in it or don't, you're just playing a role, I guess. But me, if I believed in Jesus and you want to contract me out to do an exorcism movie, I'm not doing that thing, man. Right? Or if I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I believe something and the movie or the show goes against what I believe, why would I do it? Right? But at any rate, he did it. It's done. Now he's saved, so it's cool. But it just, we were talking about, the world was, upset and, talking about the fact that, they're hiring people that are not saved, right? And here goes the benefit, right? In the video, I talked about how there's pros and there's cons to doing both, right? And this is one of the pros, right? When you're hiring people that are not saved, right? The con is stuff like that with the pride flag happens, but the pro is it puts them in an environment. If you're authentically Christian yourself, it puts them in an environment to see these people genuinely live out their faith, and they begin to see and sense that they're missing something in their own lives, and it converts them and they start changing rapidly. So does this prove that the Chosen's founder strategy for hiring non-safe people is effective? I think it's so. I think it shows that it is effective. I think that Dallas Jenkins was on to something when he on the onset of building the Chosen, that was a mindset of hiring who the best that you can possible, right? Not hiring simply based off of are you saved or you not saved, but hiring for the best person possible. And if everybody can respect everybody, then I think you can come to a common ground and you can get the job done, right? And then you open up the door for them to possibly get influenced by it too. So that's a good thing, right? That the Holy Spirit in them gets rubbed off on the other person, right? So I love it. I think it's really, 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 really dope. When you welcome all walks of life, into a particular Christian environment, and people get what you're putting down, right? People get how you're living. People, are drawn to it, and then they become influenced themselves, right? So I think it's a dope story. Think it's definitely a dope story. So before I go, how has this, if you were one of the people who looked at my previous video and you thought, man, no Christian should be hiring somebody that's not saved to work on a Christian thing, how are you feeling now that you know that somebody that wasn't Christian that got hired ended up getting saved, right? How do you feel now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think this is an overall good thing. It just shows the power of Christ, and it shows the power of God, and the what being around that community and being around those same minded individuals that Christian minded individuals, that stuff can rub up on you, and you could be affected by it. So I think it's dope. I'm on season 3. I know they're filming season 4. I'm still trying to finish season 3. I have to take time to finish it. So this is going to motivate me to get back into The Chosen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, enjoyed this podcast. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Be sure to rate. Be sure to download this. Be sure to hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, so we can keep pumping out more content for you guys. Pray you guys are enjoying it. See you guys next time on the Drew Mouzon Show. Peace.